Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sommelier Corner. My name is David Horn with the Keye Team. This month we're talking about the Lucien Albrecht Brut Crémant is a traditionally made sparkling wine made in the traditional method champenois method, but being used in other areas of France that are not in Champagne, France. The Lucien Albrecht is a Crémant from Alsace. It is a blend of white grapes. You have Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, Riesling, and terroir. All nice white grapes. Alsace is a very warm region, so they get very ripe over there with the rain shadow effect that causes it to where the rain doesn't come as heavily in the dry Alsace area. We're going to quickly open this bottle, and I'm going to show you the proper way to do that. Hopefully I can do that nice and fast for you. And then we're going to run through a tasting really quick. This month we are going to do the W-set method. So I briefly exposed people to this at the sparkling wine tasting we hosted last week. We went pretty quickly over there, so I'm going to try and slow it down just a little bit and give you a good idea of what the W-set tasting looks like. It's a lot different than the deductive method that we've used in the past. But it's really great to be able to mix and match those two, especially when it comes to tasting sparkling wine. So let's get started. Once again, we're opening this bottle. We're going to show you the proper way to do that, and hopefully not too fast. First thing is you take the wrapper off the top, of course. You want to try and keep your thumb on the top of the bottle the whole time. That is because there's 9 atmospheres of pressure in this bottle. So if that pops up and you've got it facing at yourself or someone else, it is a deadly weapon. So next thing you're going to do after you got the top off is you're going to unwind the cage here. Then you're going to shake it, loosen it up, but you're not going to remove it. What you're going to do now is you're going to put a towel over top, and then you use the towel while keeping your thumb on the top, mind you, for grip, and then you twist the bottom of the bottle slowly but surely. Now, I'm going a little fast, hopefully we can keep it quiet. Perfect. Nice and quiet. It's long been said that, by the French, that the only sound you should hear when opening the bottle of champagne is a sigh of a contented woman. So, we're going to pour a little bit of this, and then we're going to try and run quickly through the W-set. I have a W-set grid here, and you go through appearance, nose, palate, your conclusions. Not too different than the deductive method. But in addition to that, that's not mentioned on the grid, but is very important, is called the BLIC. All right, so B-L-I-C. That is balance, length, intensity or identity, and complexity. So I don't know if we'll be able to go through the whole BLIC, but we're going to run through this really quickly. On the appearance, it is bubbly, because, well, that's bubbly. It is a medium intensity. For color, this is a white. So I would go with a lemon green, maybe with little green edges, maybe just a lemon. Other observations, there is bubbles because it is a sparkling wine. For the nose is clean, so it's not faulty. That's all you're really looking for there. For intensity, is it light, medium, minus, medium, etc.? I mean, it pops out of the glass a little. I'd go with a medium to medium plus. And for the aroma characteristics, so this is important because on the flip side here, you have your primary, secondary, and tertiary. So your primary aromas are fruits. Your secondary aromas are from wine making practices, such as fermentation, malolactic conversion, and oak usage. And then your tertiary notes are ageability. So on this one, for the aroma characteristics on the primary, I definitely get some lemon, some apple, pear, some apricot, some peach. So good range, you got some stone fruit, some citrus fruit, some green fruit too. A little herbaceousness, a little grassiness on this one. And then the fruit ripeness is definitely showing as ripe to me. It's coming through really ripe on this. Not overripe, but definitely lush and in your face. For secondary notes, I'm not really getting much except for maybe a little bit of yeast, which isn't unexpected when we're talking about a champagne-made wine. This is, as we mentioned, a Crémant, but made the same way as champagne. And so I've got a little brioche, You know, just a little breadiness to it, nothing too crazy. No real oak notes that are coming through or malolactic on this. Now on the palate, very soft on the palate actually, with a nice crisp finish. I still get lemon and apple and pear, definitely peach, less apricot, and some of that yeasty brioche-ness as well. For tertiary, I'm not really getting a lot of ageability on this, largely because this is going to be, you know, it's non-vintage, so it's definitely meant to be drank sooner than later in most cases. So we've gone through the nose and the palate, and we've kind of covered our, you know, WSET sheet here. Now we get into the blick. So for balance, talking about the acid and the palate and things like that, I would say it's fairly balanced. I get a lot of fruit first. There's acid on the back end, but it has a weightier palate as well. And the alcohol is not like overwhelming. The finish, or the length, I'm sorry, is the finish. And so on that, it persists a little, but I will say there's a little imbalance there because the acid keeps going, but the fruit doesn't. And so that means that, you know, the acid's a little bit overpowering compared to the fruit on the wine. For the intensity and identity, identifying the pronounced aromas and the flavors of the wine, I think that we did a pretty good job of that with the fruits, with like lemon and pear and apple. And then complexity. So this one, you know, it's not overly complex. I got some grapefruit notes. I got a couple of secondary notes, and I am moving really quickly to keep this video short. So, you know, it's not an overly complex wine. Great summer wine though for you. Great to enjoy on a patio, enjoying our beautiful weather here in Park City. So complexity, I would say that it's, you know, fairly complex, but not over the top. Now the last thing you do on your conclusions for the WSET, after you've done that blick as well as gone through here, is you have a quality assessment, and you know, how good is this wine? You've got faulty, poor, acceptable, good, very good, and outstanding. Now it's not faulty or poor. At a minimum, this is acceptable. I would actually say it's a good wine. You know, that little bit of acid that I detected that was overpowering the fruit a little bit is not something I'm really concerned about. I wouldn't quite go to very good, though I would expect a champagne might get you there a little easier, a true champagne, and I don't think it's outstanding, but I definitely think it's a good, maybe very good wine. The main purpose here is not to determine my preferences on the wine, it's just to determine whether it's a good wine or a bad wine, and in the world of wine and how balanced it is and how it shows in the glass. So anyway, I know that was a little bit longer of a video and a really fast rundown. I do hope that you pick up a bottle of this. It was wine at our wine tasting as well. It was wine number 2 for anyone that attended that tasting. And I've really enjoyed doing this video with you today. Have yourself a great day. I hope to see you at a tasting again soon. And if you have any questions about wine or real estate, never hesitate to give us a call. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day.